Hello and welcome to another episode of my podcast, The Pocket Stylist. I am Lisa Talbot, and today I wanted to chat to you a little bit about how to get your wardrobe ready and how to be super confident with your how you wear and what you wear this season, because summer is one of those seasons, is it? I don't know about anybody else, but summer for me is a harder season to dress, and it shouldn't really, should it? Because if you think about it, we're wearing less clothes. But that's where sometimes the dilemma comes in of what do I wear? Because I'm wearing less clothes, I'm a little bit more exposed. So I wanted to chat today a little bit about how to be confident with your summer wardrobe. And I know we don't get a lot of summer. We get those kind of real intense bouts of heat, don't we? Like we're in at the moment. But what's really, really interesting is we panic. Well, I know for me, it's a bit like, oh no, what am I going to wear? What am I going to wear on my feet in case my feet get hot? What am I going to wear from a sleeve perspective? Because again, I don't want to be overcooking. Depending on what you're doing, you might be, like me this week, I have spent Monday on the London Underground and Tuesday on the London Underground, and it was warm. And I have to say, I had trainers on purely because I knew I was going to be marching from one tube station to another. And actually, by the time I got home yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, my feet are very uncomfortable. And I think I put a story up on Instagram about I went out yesterday morning. I had a lovely silk kind of Georgette shirt on as well, like a mixed fabric. It had a little tie bow, which it was great. So I looked out. I went out like a school kid, who goes out in the morning looking pristine. And I have to say, as soon as I got on that train coming home, I undid the tie, I undid the buttons around the neck, I undid the sleeves because it was so, so warm. And when I got back to the car, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm like now look like the child that's come out of a school playground, when they've been at school all day and they don't look as pristine as when they went in. And I was kind of giggling to myself in the car because I thought, oh my goodness, that's me. So let's take it back. How can we be confident with our summer wardrobe? I would say we go back exactly to what we've always done. First of all, we have to think about what do we like? What do we like in the summer? Do you prefer to kind of flip your wardrobe and go all dresses? Do you like the skirt look and the tops? But think about, again, like we always do, what do you like? What do you like to wear? If you think, oh no, summer's coming and I hate wearing shorts, don't wear shorts. Don't do it. Do exactly what you feel is right. So I'm going to give you a few tips on how you can get your wardrobe ready, and B, some of the items that you can wear that I think will be really, really beneficial for you this summer. So let's think about, first of all, have you got your summer wardrobe out? Because some ladies, they literally keep it in there and they pack it away over the winter, then they bring it out in the summer. And what's really nice, you might have started to drip feed things out now, but it still might not be in its entirety. The first thing I would say is, if you've started to bring your wardrobe out or you've had it out for a while, you might be thinking, oh, why did I pack that away? I never wore it. So this is a really good time as you're bringing things back out and you're starting to maybe wear them again, obviously, because we've just said the weather's got warmer. Have a think about, did you wear that item? Did you wear that item? Did you like that item? And has that item maybe had its time because of last summer? If you've got items in there, as we always say, that you think, oh, I've packed it away, but I didn't wear it for the whole of last summer, then I would highly suggest that you take it out. Because if you didn't wear it last summer, it's highly unlikely that you're going to wear it this summer, because you're going to think, oh, I fancy something a little bit different, or I might fancy something new, or I'm going to go and have a look through the pre-love sites and see if there's anything there. But if you didn't wear it last summer, don't put it in your wardrobe for this summer. unless you have made a concerted effort that, I don't know, you may have lost weight, you might have gained weight, you might have added muscle, you might have lost muscle, you might have been in the gym, and you now know that item's going to fit, then maybe keep it in there. But if it's purely a love and a desire of, I didn't wear it because I really don't like it, or I don't like the colour on me, or I don't like how it fits, then definitely take it out. So you can start with a blank canvas again. You can start your summer wardrobe with the things that you know you like. So that's one of my first tips. The second tip would be, when you're organising it, have a think about, what have you got? How are you going to be confident this summer? Have you got some really nice dresses that you like, that you know you can use? Have you got some skirts that maybe you bought last year but you didn't maybe get the wear out of? What about things like tops? Have you got sleeveless tops? Have you got little angel sleeve tops? Have you got t-shirt arms? What have you got in there to start building that summer capsule wardrobe again? Because when you kind of go through autumn, winter, we know how we can layer, we know how we can add a knit in to keep us warm. But when we're in the summer, we can still layer, but you're going to layer in a different way. So we're thinking about, what have we got in our wardrobe that's going to work for us for the summer? So we're going to think really about the fabrics. We're going to think about the colours. And we're also going to think about how it can maybe need something from that autumn winter collection in case it gets chilly. Because I know this morning I walked my dog and it was cold this morning. So I needed like a sweatshirt just to throw on because it wasn't warm enough for just a t-shirt. So think about how you might be starting to build this capsule wardrobe for the summer. You can start obviously by using, and it's great, we use the clothes that you had last year, but with anything else, like we said, if you don't love it, move it out and start with a blank canvas of what have you got. You might have changed your lifestyle since last summer. You might have a different job. You might now not be working. You might have set yourself up a business. So your summer wardrobe from last year might not serve you as well this year because your life's changed. You might have decided to spend all of your summer down in Cornwall because you've bought a house down there. So have a think about, what has this wardrobe got to do? So what has it got to do? And actually, has my lifestyle changed so some of the pieces might not work? So this is starting to make sure that your wardrobe is going to give you the confidence because it's going to have the pieces in there that you know are going to work. So that's point 2. The third point is, again, obviously, have a think about what is around this season. So what is around this season from a colour perspective to keep your wardrobe modern that you might think, oh, actually, do you know what? Now I've moved a couple of pieces out, I really do need, and sometimes we do need to put things back in. And I think this is always really interesting because sometimes when we take things out, as much as we might be trying not to go shopping too much, but sometimes we need to. We need to put back in items that we might have taken out or that actually we need them because we haven't got as many, I don't know, short sleeve tops, or we haven't got as many dresses that are going to work for going to work at the moment, or we really fancy some lovely cotton wide leg trousers because that's going to work for you if you're traveling around. So sometimes we do have to shop from a need perspective, not necessarily from a want. Sometimes we do have a need. So think about then, what do you need? I would always say the unsung hero of your wardrobe is a dress in the summer. It's that simple garment that you can throw on your underwear, throw on a pair of shoes. You might take a lightweight jacket or a trench coat, if you know, lightweight trench, or a cardigan or something like that if you need it as a layer. But the dress is the unsung hero. Obviously, if you've got long sleeves on a dress, one thing. If you've got short sleeves or sleeveless, it's a different thing. But the dress is great. This season, we are seeing so many gorgeous, gorgeous dresses. If you're kind of a M lady and you like that kind of look for work, the dresses in there are gorgeous. They're colourful, they've got bright colours, they've got soft tones. They're lovely. But on the flip side, you've got lots of cotton dresses, whether they're in Zara, whether they're in Mango, whether they're in M&S. You've also got them in March, you've got them in Whistles, you've got them in Hobbs, Next, everywhere. You can literally cherry pick the dress that you prefer, whether it's a denim shirt dress, whether it's a lovely blue striped cotton dress. It might be an Empire line. You might be going for the mixed fabric dress, which a lot of them are knitted on the top and then they have a cotton skirt. You might be thinking, I'm going to go for a puffball skirt, but it might be on a dress. So have a think about the styles that you like, and then have a think about the colours that you might choose. And it might be a lovely floral print of multicolours. It might be a floral print that is of two colours. So you might have a block base as a colour on the tone, and then you're going to inject some coloured flowers. You could go for boho, that whole lovely boho kind of vibe, which is usually a multicolour. You might be thinking then about, do I go stripes? Do I go diagonal stripes this season? Do I go horizontal stripes this season? Do I go asymmetric hem lengths? So there's so much on a dress that you can do that creates the most amazing focal point. And we've got that visibility then of being visible and being seen, but not standing out, but so easy to wear. From a dress perspective, lots of different things you can wear on your feet. You can wear a wedge trainer. You can wear a platform trainer. You could go for a flip-flop. You could go for an espadrille wedge. You could go for a cork wedge. You might choose to go for a little loafer. You might go for a strappy sandal, depending on what you're doing. So many items that you can wear. I love it in the summer. I have to say, when you're out and about and people have got open toes, I think, oh, what colour toenails have they got? So I'm never sometimes looking at what they're wearing on their dress. I'm thinking, what colour toenails have you got? So think about the styles of dresses that you've got. There are mini lengths, maxi lengths, midi lengths, knee lengths. There's a great range of dresses out there. So I would say if you can find the dress that you like this season, the style, they're going to be a great asset. They'll give you so much confidence in the wardrobe. I would also add, if you can, a skirt. Now, I know the skirt is one of those items that ladies say to me, oh, I find it really difficult, Lisa, with a skirt. How can I wear a skirt? The thing about a skirt is it's what you put on the top. And then you get do I tuck it in? Do I not tuck the top in? Do I French pleat? Do I do a French tuck? Can I tuck from the back? Do I tuck to the sides? There's an awful lot you can do, but I would say definitely look at the skirts. I found some gorgeous ones yesterday in Harvey Nichols. Max Mara had some stunning ones. So did Joseph. But also when I was in M&S the other day, they've got some lovely kind of high-waisted tiered cotton skirts. They're so pretty. Some of them have got the embroidery anglais on them. So again, think about the ones you like. I did see as well, actually, a couple of lightweight pleather ones, which I thought that could be nice. It might be a bit warm, but it depends on, I suppose, the warmth of the warmth, isn't it? Really, sometimes it's like, how hot is hot going to be? So think about the fabrics that you will use. But yeah, there's some great ranges of t-shirts. The trick with some of the skirts is if you have got a high-waisted skirt, they do lend themselves sometimes and better to tuck an item in. But I know you don't like that, all of you. So have a think about that French tuck through the front. But also, if you want to, you can pull the top from the back, kind of almost fold it and tuck it through the waistband. You draw the garment through the waist, but you don't tuck, but you can sit it just on the waistband. The other thing to think about is, is have a top that just kisses the top of the waistband. And then you can add any cardigan, jacket, kind of kimono style top, anything like that on the top as a layer if you need it. Some ladies don't. They go, do you know what? I would prefer to wear sleeves and no jacket. Some ladies say, no, do you know what? I'm going to go sleeveless and then I'm just going to have a lightweight, maybe like a crochet cardigan this season. That could be really nice. With a skirt, you can do exactly on your feet what you would do with a dress. So that would be one real top tip I would give you. Whatever you do with a dress on your feet, you can do with a skirt because it's exactly the same. Again, it depends on where the length of the dress or the skirt finishes as to what you'll feel comfortable with. But really, you can do very, very similar. It depends, doesn't it? I absolutely really don't do very well if I get hot feet. It actually gives me a headache. So I'm very conscious when the summer comes out of literally nothing on my feet or as little as I can. So I love the open-toed thong sandals. I love those footbed sandals at the moment. I love the chunky ones. Just be careful on some of these sandals though, because I did it yesterday when I was in Harvey Nicks. If you press the sole, just make sure they're soft because sometimes where you put your fingers in them, and if you can see me, I'm trying to do this now, they're really hard. So you know that if you're going to be walking a lot, you might be on holiday and you're thinking of walking, just be careful, just feel them. Make sure they've got a little bit of softness to them. Otherwise, you get home, don't you, and the balls of your feet really, really hurt. So think about the soles that you're putting your feet into 100%. Another item that I would say will give you super confidence this season for summer is the wide leg trouser. Uh, you can go whatever fabric you want, whether you want to go linen, and we did this last week, didn't we? The podcast recording was linen creases. We know that. Let's just embrace it. But there was so much linen in London yesterday that I found lots of kind of dense, harder, stronger linen, which will not crease. So definitely have a look for that. You might need to just pay a little bit more, but you'll get a better quality linen that won't crease. But loads of wide leg trousers, lots that are still having what I would call the elasticated waistband at the back, but the front looks like a normal pair of trousers. And they're great. They're really great because they literally give you that formality from the front and from the back. They're super comfortable. And if you carry any weight through your tummy, go high waisted. But if you don't, they still look super, super gorgeous. I found some gorgeous ones yesterday, which my client bought, funnily enough, which were Joseph, and they were in navy and they came in we called it cream, but it wasn't. It was almost that beigey tone. And again, it's really nice to think about the colours that you might be using on your lower body to ensure that the tops you put with it will complement. And you can go for block colours if your personality says that. If you want to go for some print, again, lots of print out there. And the wide leg trousers, I would say, will be your best friend because they are, some of them are full length, some of them are kind of 7/8, some of them are crops, again, depending how tall you are, but you'll get that movement and it will be comfortable and it will be absolutely gorgeous with all the shoes that we've mentioned before, whether you want to go for a little kitten heel, whether you want to go for a flat Mary Jane, there's loads. So have a think about the wide leg trouser. You might have seen, I don't think you could have missed it actually, the boho shirts again around this summer. There's so many of them, from Boden to Anthropology to Free People. There's lots. The trick again with some of these boho shirts, which you'll see have got this lovely little V-neck, or you can do the tie little bow up and it gives you like a teardrop, is to sometimes you might need to size down because we want to still create the shape through the torso so that you haven't got too much width and too much material. So they are actually quite a nice asset to pop into your wardrobe. They're in the form of some of them are this stunning fabric. They've got a bit of a linen blend, but they're almost mixed with an incredibly soft cotton. I don't like a hard cotton, I have to say. I am that soft cotton person and I want it to feel nice on. I don't want it to feel too rigid. But the boho shirt, I think you'll get lots of wear from. And, this season, I would say if you can, make sure your T-shirts are, everyone loves a t-shirt and they're so basic, but they're great. But think about the detailing on them when you look at them. But these kind of little things will give you that confidence through summer. If you're sitting there thinking, do you know what, summer's not my favorite, I don't really like investing in my summer wardrobe, then invest in the key pieces that you know you're going to wear. And don't worry about, my winter wardrobe is definitely bigger than my summer. It absolutely is. But I have key pieces in the summer that I rotate and I bring back out because I know I'm going to wear them and I know they're comfortable. So have a think about that. And then I would also say, you might need a little jacket, like we said earlier. So maybe a little linen, kind of crop jacket could be great. The denim jacket, loads we are seeing. There's gorgeous one in Fat Face at the moment, and White Stuff. They always do really nice denims. They're soft, and you want them to kind of be, it's like wearing a cardigan rather than, this jacket's really rigid. So have a look for a denim jacket. I would say they're great. And again, I've seen them on my travels in cream, in white, in the standard, denim blue. I've seen them in khaki. They're really nice. And there's a lot of the utilitarian jackets around this season. So, have a look at it. But really for summer, it's about what makes you confident. But I've given you lots of hints and tips on what you could do. Have a think about it. If you're going through that wardrobe now and you're thinking, because in your head you go through it, don't you? Have a think about, yes, I didn't wear that last year. That really can come out. I know for a fact there's a couple of my dresses that will be coming out. And I can, as I talk to you, I can sit there thinking, I should have, that one can come out now because I know I won't wear it because I wasn't a great fan of it last year. Or actually, I can't wait to wear that one because I loved it. So I hope you found this really useful. I hope you found it beneficial. The sun is due to be here for the whole of this weekend, and brilliant because my daughter is competing at Royal Windsor Horse Show. So for the first time in a long time, I don't have to drive across a muddy field. The ground is going to be good. So everybody, whatever you are doing, barbecuing, enjoying your garden, or out on the golf course in the sun, have a lovely, lovely one. Or you're with the kids in the paddling pool. That could be another one. Have a lovely, lovely weekend, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.